manhandle that.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing a mask. Take over the pilot. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like,
increase the penalties. That was.
You know what? I was wondering when we're finding it really buckling out that these people are banned from flying and given a huge. When it comes to money,
Yeah, banning it for like $200,000 fine.
yeah, it takes money. Yeah. Who's banned? No, these idiots go on planes.
You're creating chaos on the plane because you won't wear a mask on.
Oh, stop it.
Oh.
You can scooters have those things that circulates your air, you know, the battery operated. She had it. Or she didn't look into it. Why? I should have just taken it in. Put a smart over it. Yeah, I probably got away with it.
It's not playing with a whole bunch of bags,
He's disgusting.
That's what.
You just kind of.
I don't see it. And then just.
And I'm not allowed to people.
When we get off the plane.
And it's not.
We're dragging all our stuff, and the flight attendant's looking at us. And she says, you know, you're only supposed to have 2 bags. I see, I know that. She says, have you flown before? I said, no.
You liar. I know.
I said, after the back, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You already got off all your bags.
I know. Just because you couldn't pay. That's the thing, you would be so cheap.
Oh, it wasn't, that's all.
Okay, I think it's the daring in a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I'll close this door. We've got another minute here. And I'm going to start this music. Kind of loud there.
Well, kind of sounds like the 70s. So I let Shelley know that she's waiting for the new schedule. Pam knows. You're going to help me use them. We're trying to get some of the old people back.
Oh, good. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. No.
I think some people are starting to get more comfortable.
Good. Okay. So today I wanted to bring in a couple of energy exercises. We haven't done a lot of that in this class today, so we'll probably only do maybe 2 or 3, but they can be really powerful, and these are things you can bring into your everyday life, or I'll kind of tell you specifically why we might use a certain exercise. So we are going to start standing today, and this first exercise we're going to do is called a blowout. So we're going to blow out all of our frustrations, stresses, worries. So you'll find with, yeah. So when you're working with energies, we do a lot from the midline. So that's what this just is. We're going to be hands in a fist, bring them up in forceful breath, hands down the midline. So this is really, really great. Again, if you're stressed, anxious, you just need to release something, then this blowout method would be great. But first, let's really ground your feet into the mat. And we're going to find that nice active mountain pose to start. So press into all 4 corners of your feet. Then feel your strong ankles and your engaged calves. You're going to lift the kneecaps as you engage your quads and your hamstrings. Tailbone goes down towards the mat. Core is engaged. And then you're going to slowly roll your shoulders down and back away from your ears. Arms by your sides, and lengthen your neck up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to just tuck your chin slightly back, ever so slightly. So it's not going towards the chest, but rather towards the neck, just a few millimeters. And you'll find that this mountain pose is very very active here. There's actually a lot happening. We're not just kind of standing loosey-goosey. This is how our mountain pose should feel. And now you're just going to breathe your natural breath. Notice what's happening in your body. Notice the muscles that are turned on. And now you're going to keep this posture as you breathe in a little more fully. So inhale into belly, ribs, and chest. And exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Really fill up. Belly expands, ribs expand, chest lifts. Exhale, everything collapses. And you squeeze all that air up and out. And 2 more breaths like this. And now you're just going to return to your natural breathing. And for this blowout energy exercise, if you like visualizations, another thing you can do is imagine that there's light coming down your midline. And as the light comes down your midline, it gathers all of those negativity, stress, worry, frustration, whatever might be there for you, and it brings it down to the earth for purification. So that's what we're doing. We're sending everything to the earth to be purified and cycled back into new. So now you'll make fists by your sides. Eyes can be opened or closed for this. And you're going to inhale, arms up. And then as you exhale, open your hands and forceful breath out. Good. And let's do that 2 more times. And last one. Good. Now you'll just bend your knees slightly. Hands come to your thighs. And we're going to do some standing cow-cat. So chin can stay parallel to the mat. And open your chest. Inhale. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. And notice where the movement's happening in your spine. More than likely up or back from this position. Good. Just move on your breath, your cadence. And let's do 2 more. Good. Then you'll come back up to standing. And you're going to inhale, arms up overhead, palms meet, and tick-tock side to side. We'll do about 10. 5, 6, 9, and 10. Come back to center. And then you're going to take hands to your low back here for just the smallest, subtlest back bend. So really first find those mountain feet, pressing into all 4 corners of the feet, calves, quads, kneecaps, all engaged. Then you're going to press your hips out as you lift your chest and tilt your chin back. Maybe you're only bending from the neck for this first one, but you still have that pressing through the hips. And the knees just have a soft bend. One more breath. Good, then you're gonna inhale, come back up to center, arms up overhead, and exhale, sink into chair pose. Send your hips back in space. Excellent chairs. Inhale, and exhale, fold forward. And really hang heavy here. Allow your head to just hang. Maybe you shake a couple yes and a couple no. Just really letting it relax in this pose. Knees can be bent. 2 more breaths. Good. Now slowly roll back up to center, 1 vertebra at a time. And your chin is the last to rise. Then inhale, arms overhead, palms meet. You're going to interlace your fingers, but the index finger points up. Good. And then we'll lean over to one side. Nice long neck, long spine. One more breath. And then inhale up to center, really lengthen up long. Exhale, side bend. Now really press through your, what will it be? So press through your left armpit like it's coming towards the mirrors. Good. And then inhale up to center. Exhale, hands to your low back. And maybe just a slightly deeper back bend. Really find those mountain legs. Push your hips forward. Soft bend to the knee. Last breath. And then inhale, come back to center and arms up overhead. Exhale, sink into chair. Good. Now inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Knees can be bent. One more breath. And then slowly round your spine all the way up. And inhale, arms up overhead. And this time when you interlace your fingers, do the awkward lace. So the opposite finger in front. So my left finger is going to be in front here. Good. Then inhale, really lengthen up first. And exhale, side bend. If you wanted more of a stretch in your hip flexor, then you could take your, the side you're stretching that leg behind your other leg. Other leg. There we go. The open hip. Yep. So for you guys, it would be, yeah, your left. And then inhale up to center, feet together, and lengthen up. Then side bends. And again, if you wanted just a little bit more, bring that leg behind the other. And it doesn't have to be touching like mine is. It can be just slightly behind to keep your balance, and you'll still get a nice stretch here. And one more breath. Then inhale, center, feet back to square, and exhale, arms to your back. One more time, nice back bend. Inhale, press into the feet, lift up, and press your hips forward. Nice long spines, beautiful. Last breath. Inhale up to center. And then arms up overhead. And exhale, sink into chair. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold forward. Good. Maybe you sway side to side to release the hips a little here. And then you'll come back to center. And inhale, roll all the way up. One vertebra and chin lifts last. Good. So you're going to inhale, arms up overhead. And you're going to exhale, fold forward. Good. We're going to come up a little bit differently this time. So rolling up is really great to counter our back bends. But a lot of the times we live in that rounded spine. So now we're going to try the flat back. So you're going to inhale, come to halfway lift first. Really broaden your shoulders, lengthen your spine and crown and tail away from one another. Then from here, moving only from your hips, you're going to slowly hinge yourself back up. Beautiful. Very good. Good. Then let's inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink into chair pose. Inhale, lengthen. And you're going to exhale, fold. Now inhale, halfway lift. And then step your right foot back into warrior one. Really find your stance here, hips to the front. Good. Pressing the back, outer edge of your foot. Front heel, core is engaged. Good. So what we did earlier was we blew out all of that negative energy. Now we're going to collect some good energy from up above our heads. So the energy that's just right out here in the air that we're creating, we're going to bring that down to our bellies with a breath work here. So you can watch me first and then we'll go. You're going to inhale, lengthen through your knee and reach your arms up, then exhale, fist to the belly. Powerful breath. Okay, so inhale, lengthen. It's the fire breath. Two more. Good, then inhale, arms up. Inhale and exhale, open up to warrior two. And check in with your stance, front knee, back foot, core and tailbone. Good. Then you're going to flip your left palm and reach back for reverse warrior. Nice side body stretch. Then straighten your front knee. This is going to become a little more intense for your side body. And then we're going to bring in, you're going to keep your legs as they are. We're going to do some movement here. So you're going to come from reverse warrior, exhale into triangle pose. Inhale, reverse with the straight legs. And exhale, triangle pose. And move on your breath now. And do two more. And come back to your warrior two. Okay. Then pivot on the ball of your back foot. Now press into your back heel. You feel the opening of your hip flexor. Palms meet, then heart center. And we're going to do our standing stick, knee to hip height. So send your weight into your left foot, and you're going to inhale, knee to hip. Exhale, standing stick. Really check with your standing stick that your hip is pointing to the ground, toes are pointing to the ground. Inhale, knee to hip. Exhale, standing stick. It's nice to have the mirror to check on your toes. Inhale, knee to hip. Last time, exhale, standing stick. Good, then come to your standing mountain pose. Arms by your side, and really find that grounded, active mountain. The four corners of your feet, your calves and quads, your tailbone towards the mat, your core is engaged, shoulders relaxed, and crown is reaching up. Last breath. Then inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step your left foot back now. Warrior one. Beautiful. Great correction there, Richard. Good. And press in the back outer edge of your foot. Core is engaged. Hips are to the front. If you ever need to straighten the front knee and adjust the hips, always feel free. If you ever need to widen your stance, always feel free to do so. Good, then we're gonna gather that energy. So you're gonna inhale, lengthen in your knee, reach up, exhale, fist to the belly. Few more. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, open up to warrior two. Good. And check in, front knee towards your pinky toe, tailbone down, core is engaged. Good, nice open hips, everyone. Then turn your right palm up towards the ceiling and reach back, reverse warrior. And now you're gonna straighten your knee. This comes a little bit more intense here. Then your legs stay as they are. Your next exhale brings you into triangle pose. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Beautiful. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. And two more times. And then come back to your warrior two. And now you'll pivot onto the ball of your back foot. Press through your heel, really feel that nice opening. And then palms meet, heart center for your balancing. Weight goes into your right foot. You're gonna inhale, knee to hip. And exhale, standing stick. Inhale, knee to hip. Exhale, standing stick. Two more times. Know that you're wavering and wobbling is such a good sign. You're balancing, you're learning stabilizers. And last one. Good. Then you come back to that mountain pose. Maybe you give your legs a little shake here. And then arms can go by your sides. Really firm into that active mountain pose. All four corners of the feet, calves, kneecaps, quads, tailbone, core, shoulders, crown of head. And then maybe that chin just slightly back. One more breath here. Now try to keep all of this engagement as you inhale, arms up. Keep the engagement, exhale, chair. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Now inhale, halfway lift. And step your right foot back. Warrior one. Really firm in. Find that nice stance. Take your time to get there. Hips to the front. When you press into the outer edge of your back foot, that really helps turn the back hip forward. And you press into the heel and draw the feet towards each other. Now inhale, really lengthen up. And exhale, open up into warrior two. So pivot your back foot. Good. Nice spines, everyone. Tailbone to the mat. Beautiful. Core's engaged. Front knee. Good. And your next inhale, you're going to bring it into a high crescent lunge. Pivot on the ball of your back foot. Press through your back heel. Really open up that hip flexor. Maybe your front knee bends a little bit more. Maybe it stays pretty steady. You could always wiggle your back foot if you wanted to get a little bit more stretch in that hip flexor. And now you're going to drop your back knee down, top of your foot, and hands to the mat. Good. We're going to do that dynamic stretch here. So left foot in front, and you're going to inhale, really open your chest, high or low crescent lunge rather. Then exhale, half split, send your hips back, straighten your front knee and toes lift. Inhale, low crescent, open chest. Exhale, half split with a fold as able. Yes, and knee can stay bent. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. And two more on your own. Good. Good. Then come back to your high crescent lunge and really press that hip down towards the mat. Press your left hip towards the mat. Confusing you by walking around, sorry. Good. Yeah, that was my bad. I meant low. Yeah, low with the chest lifted, that's right. Good. So then from here, go ahead and come back to that half split, lift the toes. And just hold. Beautiful. You should feel a nice stretch in the back of your hamstrings, no matter where you are. Good, then you'll come back to your low crescent lunge and plant both hands on the inside of your left foot. Good. And then if you have your block handy, and bring your block. It can be at any height, and you're just going to rest your forearms to get a little bit deeper into this stretch. So whatever height works for you and your body today, maybe you play with the block, or maybe you can reach the floor. That's okay too. And yeah, Sarah, so that foot could be flat, or it wants to roll up on the knife edge side. You could roll it on the knife edge side if you wanted, and that would be more of a hip opener.
My arm, my leg is tight today.
Yeah.
Normally,
Okay, we're gonna do an exercise pretty soon here.
when I do
Okay. So let's go ahead and come back to hands planted and foot flat. Good. Then we're going to bring this into a pigeon pose. So frame your foot, frame your left foot, and you're going to toe heel this foot to the opposite hand. Now, a couple things with pigeon. When your leg is parallel, it is easier on your knee. When your leg is closer to your groin, it's easier on your hip. Either way is fine. Find what feels best for you. Then you're going to bring your back leg as far as it goes, and stay proud. Stay proud in your pigeon. This has given us strength in the spine. We want to lay down in this pose because a lot of times because the low spine gets a little bit sore. So for hips and spine, we're going to do a quick exercise here. What you're going to do, it feels as if you're drawing, the best way to explain it is if you're drawing both knees together. But what's actually happening is your hips are moving and working. So we're going to lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Are you okay in pigeon? Okay, so for you then, I'd like you to come to figure 4. So that's okay? If that feels okay, then you can stay there. Yeah, that's fine. That's still a pigeon pose. And then just still you can lift your hips and lower them. Yep. Good. And let's do 2 more. Good. And then I'm going to give you a couple options. So with that exercise, sometimes you can tuck your back toe and bring this in a little deeper. If that's not available, don't worry about it. Just lower your arms down now that we've worked on the back a little bit. And one thing I really like to do here is take my arm back behind and just check the level of my hips. They should be pretty even. If they are not even, you could tuck something underneath the higher hip. Good. And now you'll inhale, slowly walk your hands back towards your leg. Tuck your back toes under. You're going to lift your knee and take your left foot into downward facing dog. Pedal your dog out. Good. And then find a little stillness in downward facing dog. Press heels towards the mat and lift, lift, lift your hips up towards the ceiling as you reach your chest towards your thighs. Last breath. Then bend your knees and slowly walk your feet up towards the top of your mat. Forward fold, knees can be bent. Good. Then inhale, halfway lift. And now move only your hips as you slowly rise with that nice long spine. Good. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now inhale, halfway lift. And step your left foot back now, warrior 1. Really find that pose, take your time. I always like to give you time to adjust and move as needed. One more breath. So now inhale, lengthen, and exhale, open up, warrior 2. Good. Check in with your front knee, draw the knee towards the pinky toes. Good. And then flip your left palm and reach back, reverse warrior. Last breath. And come back to warrior two. And now you'll pivot onto the ball of your back foot for that high crescent lunge. And send your heel back towards the mat. And then slowly lower your back knee down, top of your foot. Hands can come down and really press this right hip towards the mat. Chest is lifted. Good. And exhale into half split. Then inhale, low crescent. And move on your breath. Exhale, half split. So maybe you're moving slightly slower or faster than me. Just using your breath to guide you. Beautiful. Excellent. Good. And your next inhale, you're going to land in your low crescent lunge. Chest lifted high, hip reaching low. One more breath here. And then half split and fold in. Knee can be bent as much as needed, as long as you're feeling a stretch in the hamstring and the calf. And inhale back to your low crescent lunge. And both hands to the inside. Good. And now you can stay here, or you can take that block and lower down any height or to the mat. Good. Last breath. And you'll come back up to hands planted. Now frame your left foot, and you're going to toe heel, or I think your guy's right foot, right? And come into that pigeon pose. I think I'm on the wrong leg. Is that right? Yeah. Good. And then from here, we're going to bring in that exercise where you lift the hips or draw the knees together. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. A few more times. And know that if one side is different than the other, that's okay. Just making it work in your body on each side. Two more. Lift and lower, lift and lower. Option to stay right here, or you can tuck your toes and bring this a little deeper, and then slowly walk your hands out into your pigeon pose, keeping your hips nice and level. Beautiful hips, everyone. Very nice, keeping those level. This is one of my very favorite poses. A little bit of energy work here as the hips are said to hold our emotions and our memories. So if we're storing them and bottling them up, we're not talking about them, we're not working through them, then we can tend to hold a lot of stiffness here. So don't be surprised if some strange memories pop up. And maybe you check on your hips one time. You guys look beautiful. Great modification there, Mark. Excellent job. And slowly walk your hands back up to planted. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee and come into downward facing dog. Really pedal your legs out. Good. And then find a little stillness in down dog. Melt the heels towards the mat, hips to the sky, and chest towards your thighs. Last breath. Bend your knees and walk your feet up towards your hands, forward folds. And let's grab for opposite elbows and sway. Really release the hip work we just did. Good. Then come back to center. You're going to inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. And then using only your hips, rise all the way up. Nice long back. Good. Good. And yes, now is a great time for water. If you need water, take a couple breaths. We're going to do that grounding mountain one more time here, and then another energy exercise. So really find all four corners of your feet. Engage calves, kneecaps, quads. Tailbone down towards the mat engages your hamstrings, core, shoulders relaxed, crown of head reaching, and chin tucked just ever so slightly back. This is our stance for every single balancing posture. So if we come from our balancing postures with this activation in mind, perhaps it could be a little bit different or a little bit more ease in those postures. We'll do an energy exercise first, and then we'll practice tree pose from here. So you're going to inhale, arms up overhead, palms meet. And then exhale, bring hands to your heart center. Good. So this one is called Connecting Heaven and Earth. Heaven and Earth. And so really what we're doing, though, is opposite energies, right and left brain, female and male, light and dark. So that's what we're bringing with this exercise, connecting opposites. On your inhale, you're going to bring one hand up, palm flat to the ceiling, other palm goes down flat to the floor. Then you exhale, palms together. And now alternate. Inhale, opposite hand up. Good. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, center. We're going to do 10 of these. That's number 5. 9, and 10. Good. To finish this exercise, inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward. Knees can be bent. We're going to take 2 breaths here. Good. Then you're going to come into a halfway lift position. Palms face your body, so they're facing like your ankles. And we're going to draw some figure 8s all the way up. Up. And then bring it all the way up and overhead. Yep, figure 8s, however you get them in there until palms meet. And then exhale, arms down by your sides. And once more, find that firm mountain pose. Feet, legs, tailbone, core, shoulders, chin and neck. Two more breaths. Good. Then your tree pose. So maybe you take your right foot and kickstand it to the left. Maybe it's up on your calf. Or maybe it's up on your thigh, just not on your ankle, not on your kneecap. Beautiful. Really press into all 4 corners of your standing foot. Keep that knee bent just ever so slightly, your standing leg. Good. One more breath here. And come back to mountain. Give your legs a nice little shake. Good. And then we're going to really ground down once again. So all 4 corners of the feet, your calves, quads, hamstring, tailbone, core, shoulders, neck, or chin and crown of head, rather. Last breath. Keep that engagement on your left side now as you bring, or your right side as you bring your left foot. Either kickstand, calf, or thigh. Excellent job. Always just coming right back in when you fall out. Again, helps us learn those stabilizers. One more breath. And then bring it back to mountain pose. Give your legs a nice little shake. Good. And then you're going to inhale, arms up overhead. And exhale, sink into chair pose. Inhale, really lengthen through spine and arms. Exhale, fold. Now inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms overhead. Good. Then exhale, bring your arms to a T shape. And now you're going to cross your arms, any cross you would like. So we can bring opposite hands or hands to opposite elbows. You could do an eagle arm if you like. So whatever one feels best here today. Another energy exercise here looks similar to eagle. What you're going to do is cross one foot over the other. Good. And then from here, try and find that mountain stance. So really pressing into the foundation, into your feet. Lengthen in your spine and neck, tailbone down. Core is engaged. And you're going to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. This is an exercise to unscramble your energies. Sometimes in the busyness of the world, things get scrambled. 2 more breaths. Good, then arms back out into that T shape, feet parallel, and just bring the opposite arm on top than you had last time. Any cross that works, good. Then opposite leg crosses over. Find that foundation. It can be either way, whatever feels easiest. I cross in front just for ease to keep my balance. But some people may prefer to cross behind, so just whatever. Good, then inhale, really lengthen through crown of head and spine. Exhale through your mouth. If you are in an argument or a debate with somebody, it's a great thing to do to really reset. That's what this posture does. Two more breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Good, then you're gonna uncross your feet and we're gonna bring all fingertips to meet and then thumbs to the forehead here. And inhale, find that foundation and inhale, really lengthen through your spine. Exhale through your mouth. A few more breaths. This is the Wayne Cook posture. It can be done standing, seated, lying down. It looks a little different each way, but all 3 are part of this exercise. Crossing both arms and legs and having the thumbs on your forehead here. Inhale, lengthen spine, lengthen neck. Exhale through your mouth. Two more breaths. Good. We end this exercise by curling all your fingers in towards your thumb. Press into your forehead and pull open. Good. Then we're going to do another energy exercise, last one for the day, crown pull. You're just going to take this and continue all the way on the top of your head, all the way down the back of your head, maybe even at your neck, if that feels good. So this is opening up your mind to possibilities, to knowledge and wisdom coming in. It's really opening up. And you can go as far down your neck as you like on this one, whatever feels good. Good. And then when you're ready, back into that mountain pose. Yeah. Yeah. Trying to open up back there. Good. So you'll inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Now plant your hands and walk your feet back to downward facing dog. One more time, pedal your legs out. Good, then back to downward dog. And you're gonna slowly lower your knees all the way down into child's pose, narrow or wide, whichever you prefer. And make this an active child's pose. So really pressing your hips down towards your heels, reaching your forehead towards the mat. If your forehead doesn't reach the mat, you could always bring the mat closer by adding a block and placing your forehead on a block. And your hips never need to touch your heels. In child's pose, it's safer to have your forehead touch and your hips lifted than it is to have your hips touch and your forehead lifted. Two breaths. Good, then walk your hands towards your body. And you're gonna come to a seat with legs out ahead of you. And give them just a little shake here. Good. And then you'll bend your knees with feet planted and just have hands resting on the back of your hamstrings. Now chin towards your chest. We're gonna really round your spine and come down one vertebra at a time. So rolling down. Take your time. Use your core muscles to help you get down. Hands can drop whenever they need to. Good. And then from here, you're going to inhale, knees into chest, arms into a cactus shape. And exhale, knees go left, head goes right. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees right, head left. And continue this movement. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. A couple more. One more time each side. And then inhale, knees to center. Hug your knees in and rock from side to side. And then back to center. Pick up your head and squeeze every muscle in your body, toes, feet, legs, arms, back, faces furrowed. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, release everything down. Long and wide. Your final Shavasana. Resting pose. The scent I have today is called Tranquil. And this one is orange, bergamot, mint, lemon, lavender, grapefruit, elmi, and clary sage. Really nice one here. So, if you prefer no scent or no touch, just bring hands to belly. Otherwise, close your eyes, breathe your natural breath. Allow your head and your feet to fall where they want. Good. And then imagine now that that light we began with is shining down from the sun above you. And as it shines down, it creates a pyramid over your body. And this pyramid cascades healing, knowledge, and wisdom into you, coming from the sun. Allow yourself to really live in that pyramid of light. Resting here, gathering being open and receptive.
Just hang on. Hey there. I see you. So now how do I not see you? Perfect. All right. And you can see everything okay? Can you hear?
Yeah, thank you, Paula. Yeah, and that's you guys, you know, they just appreciate it so much. I think the best job that we have right now, he's been a foster for us, but he's just, I mean, I can't. Oh, yeah. You know, and he's just like, touch me, you're all set, and you're recording. Okay, great. Well, Paula knows how to talk too. Yeah. So. Okay, we are being recorded for posterity, so that anybody else who wants to catch up with